In this lecture, we will be looking at another scenario where we need to do a lookup. We will be looking at a new function which Microsoft has released relatively recently in 2019. It's called XLOOKUP. Now, VLOOKUP and index and match approach for doing lookups do come with certain limitations. XLOOKUP is the most comprehensive lookup function that Microsoft have released for Excel. It allows you to handle a larger number of scenarios and allows you to handle them very easily. But XLOOKUP is only going to be available for Microsoft 365 and beyond. However, if you are using an older version of Excel and don't have XLOOKUP available to you, do not despair, because we have ways of handling more complex lookups by using VLOOKUP as well. We just need to use some workarounds to overcome the limitations of VLOOKUP. I have covered most of those complicated scenarios and how you would go about handling them by using VLOOKUP in my course on Udemy, the link to which you will find in the description below. Also available in the description below is a coupon code which you can use on the course. The first users of the coupon code will be able to take my course on Udemy for free. If you do choose to take the course, I really hope that you enjoy it and request that you please make sure to leave behind a review. With that, let's come back to the problem statement. So this is a problem statement that we have already looked at in one of the other lectures on my Udemy course. And in that case, we had handled it by using VLOOKUP. Now we will see how simple XLOOKUP makes this scenario. The problem statement is this. We have the following two datasets. The first one is a dataset with details about the salesperson and the sales value. The second one is a smaller lookup dataset with information about the region of each salesperson. We are supposed to determine the region in which each sale within the first dataset was made. Now this is what the data looks like. On the left side you have the larger sales dataset which has the sale ID, the representative name and the total value of the sale. On the right side we have a smaller lookup dataset which has the region of each representative as well as the representative name. So based on the representative name, we are supposed to look up the region for each sale. That's essentially what the problem statement boils down to. However, note that the region, that is the column from which we are supposed to fetch the values, is the first column in the lookup dataset, and the representative name, which is the column from which we need to look up, is the second column of the dataset. This is one of the well-known limitations of VLOOKUP functions, where the lookup column has to be the first column in the array. However, like I mentioned before, it's not impossible to handle this by using VLOOKUP, as we've already seen in my other lecture on the Udemy course. But now let's see how simple XLOOKUP makes this. Before we go on to write the XLOOKUP, I would like to show you what the XLOOKUP function does. So I'll write XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP takes in 6 arguments, 3 of which are optional. So the first one is the lookup value, which of course is the value that needs to be looked up. The next 2 were part of the single argument in case of VLOOKUP. That is the lookup array and the return array. If you recollect VLOOKUP, we had to give a single array which included both the lookup array and the return array. That is the column in which the values need to be looked up and the column in which the values need to be returned. And the assumption was that the lookup array is the first column of the given array. That assumption is no longer required here. This makes XLOOKUP very flexible. Then the fourth argument is the if not found argument. So if you give an exact match and the value does not get found in the lookup array, the lookup functions traditionally return the value NA or an error NA. But here you have an option of returning a specific value if the lookup was not successful. And you can do this by using the fourth argument, that is, if not found. Then the fifth argument, you have the match mode, which is again something that was already available in VLOOKUP. We have exact match or approximate match. One difference from VLOOKUP is that exact match is now the default of this XLOOKUP function. If you recollect VLOOKUP again, we had approximate match as the default, which is not a deal breaker, but it's not the most convenient thing to have. So here, most of the times, since you would want an exact match anyway, you would be able to skip the fifth argument. And finally, you have the search mode. Search mode is what type of search do you want to perform. XLOOKUP is capable of searching both in the forward and backward direction, that is from top to bottom as well as bottom to top. So if you have your data sorted in a particular order, you can get creative as to what kind of values gets returned by using the search mode argument. So as you can see, a lot of flexibility available here in the XLOOKUP function. Now let's use that function to solve our problem, and you will see how much simpler this is when compared to the VLOOKUP approach. So I go to the cell D2, start with XLOOKUP. The lookup value is the representative name, in this case present in cell B2. The lookup array is the array of representative names, in this case G1 to G11. Let me change this into an absolute reference because we don't want it to move as we move the formula. The return array is nothing but the region, which in our case is F1 to F11. Again, I will change this to an absolute reference. I can give the if not found as region not available. The text region not available. So if a particular salesperson's name was not found in the data, the text region not available will be displayed. Finally, I'll skip the match mode because I want an exact match, and as I described to you earlier, exact match is the default of XLOOKUP function. And I'll also skip the search mode argument because I want to search it in the top to bottom order, which is the default anyway. So I will close the XLOOKUP function, and you will see the first sale was made in the region East because it was made by the salesperson Jim. And if you come to the second dataset, you will see that Jim belongs to the region East. I can extend this formula down to get the region for the other sales. As simple as that. So now, if you are using Microsoft 365 and do have an option of using XLOOKUP, I would highly recommend that you understand and learn this function because it's extremely flexible and extremely powerful. Finally, I have made a comparative study between XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP on this slide. Some of them I've already described to you, but let's summarize and go through them. So the first scenario is when the lookup column is to the right of the data column. That's the scenario which we discussed in the lecture. VLOOKUP cannot handle it directly. However, as I mentioned earlier, a workaround is possible, and I've covered it in my Lookup 3 lecture of the course. XLOOKUP can handle this scenario directly. A second scenario is a lookup from multiple lookup columns. Again, VLOOKUP cannot handle it directly. However, a workaround is possible, as I've covered in my Lookup 4 lecture. XLOOKUP can handle this scenario directly. All you need to do is, instead of the lookup array, you need to give an array which is basically the concatenation of the different arrays where the lookup needs to happen. Similarly, use a concatenation for the lookup value. A third scenario is where you want to look up from bottom to top. Now VLOOKUP cannot handle this. You have to sort your data in a certain way to allow VLOOKUP to handle this, but XLOOKUP can handle it directly. Horizontal lookup. Now this is not a total deal breaker, because even though horizontal lookup is not possible using VLOOKUP, you also have a HLOOKUP function in Excel which can handle it. However, XLOOKUP can handle vertical lookups as well as horizontal lookups in a single function. The next one is a very big one, and that has to do with availability of the functions. VLOOKUP is available in all Excel versions. However, XLOOKUP is only available in Office 365. The last one is regarding exact matches. Again, this is also not a deal breaker because you have both options in both cases, but this is just about which one is the default. In VLOOKUP, approximate match is the default, whereas in XLOOKUP, exact match is the default. However, in both cases, you can change this by using some of the arguments properly. I hope you enjoyed that lecture. If you like more content like this, please feel free to check out my course on Udemy. The course is called Practical Excel Masterclass, where I try to take up real-world problems that you would face while working with Excel and show you clever and practical ways of solving them. I have included a link to the course in the description below. If you do take the course, please make sure that you leave behind a review to the course. Thank you and have a nice day.